This is my Mossberg 500 Roadblocker. As you can see, it's been modified a little bit. This is the Adaptive Tactical Sidewinder Venom. It replaces the mag tube of your Mossberg 500. It won't work on a Remington 870 because Remington 870 mag tubes you can't really change on your own. The Mossberg 500 are just threaded right into the receiver, so you just need to unscrew your stock one and screw this one in. It works like a normal pump, right? This is their own proprietary handguard, and it works with the Sidewinder kit. Now, the Sidewinder kit basically allows you to use, whoops, wrong one, allows you to use box magazines. Now, this is their 5-round box mag. It's in multicam. It comes in different colors, but my only issue with it is that it's extremely fat. So this is the 5-round magazine from the QBZ shotgun that DDI is bringing in. Now, yes, this is a little bit taller. It's made of metal. This is polymer. But look at the difference. I mean, this is almost like I'd say 40% thicker than this. This is 40% thicker than this. So it's really difficult to find a magazine pouch that will fit this. This is almost the size of a 308 mag. I can throw this into an HSGI Taco or any other 308 style magazine pouch. I haven't really tried hard ridged ones, but this will fit into a magazine pouch. This won't. You're gonna have to run these in like a dump pouch or something. Now, the one benefit though is they do make bigger ones. This is the 10-rounder, this is the 5-rounder. So let's go with the 5-rounder. When you load this into the magazine, the way it works is it's basically pushing rounds up into the mag tube, and as you pump the pump handle back, there's a push rod, basically like a follower, that's pushing the rounds back into the chain or the lift arm. What's this thing called? I forget, lifter, onto the shell lifter, and then as you pump forward, it cycles around like normal. So instead of having a spring push the rounds back, you have a spring in here pushing rounds up, and then you have a push rod pushing them back into the shell lifter. It kind of rocks in like an AK mag. And as you can see, there seems to be some issues with this magazine. And then the big problem I have with it is that there is a shell stop in the magazine. Once it's inserted, it pushes that shell stop out of the way and then lets the rounds go up. But once you remove this, you lose a round. Not a lot of rounds there. Let's try the 10-rounder. Right now I'm using the horizontal foregrip. It's not a vertical foregrip because it goes to the side. It does make holding this much easier because, as you can see, if I shoulder this, my arm is way out here, so it's a little bit closer to me. Now, the kit did come with an M4 style pistol grip, collapsible stock. I tried it and put it on, and it's tactical and everything. However, it keeps my hands further away from the controls of the gun. With the traditional Mossberg stock, my index or my middle finger can ride the pump override button right here. My thumb can ride the safety, and I can access the trigger without having to adjust my hand. With the pistol grip way down here, I have to completely break my hand, my grip from the gun to switch on or off the safety. I have to really reach around to get that pump override. It's just not ergonomic, so I decided not to go with it. The other issue is this really makes the gun really heavy. All the steel really adds weight to the shotgun, so bring it up to my shoulder, I'm weak and I'm fatigued, so it has its issues. And as you can see, it's having feeding issues. The one nice thing about this handguard is that you can look straight down the barrel to your bead sight, and you can have something up here. Because the shotgun, you could sort of put an optic on there. I'll have to try it to see how much this throws the zero off the red dot. I really hate it when people say, oh, it's a shotgun, you don't need to aim. That is very untrue. If you don't have a choke, there's no choke in here. And yes, my spread is going out, but if you don't have it zeroed in, you're going to miss stuff. It's like trying to throw a baseball, or sorry, it's like trying to throw a basketball. Aiming a shotgun is like throwing a basketball. Do you have to aim when you toss a basketball to somebody? Yes, you do. You don't just kind of throw in their general direction. You kind of have to be in their vicinity of where their hands are. Same with, if you want to hit something downrange, you got to aim. And if you're not aiming, you're going to miss. So you could put a red dot on here. There's a lot of movement. So your dot could be off quite a bit. At closer distances, obviously that's not going to be such a big deal. But if you're shooting something maybe 25 yards or worse, you're trying to do a precision-ish shot, like trying to land a slug or real tight flight control buckshot onto a target, you are going to have to be precise about that. So there are some issues. I just think this isn't really necessary, how high this is. The Picatinis on the side are nice for adding things. However, because there's a hand guard right here to protect your hand when you're pumping this back so it doesn't hit this thing and pinch, my thumb rides and hits this Picatinny rail. So I have to keep my hands low. It's a little bit annoying. I much prefer the Magpul hand guard. However, that won't work with this system because you're replacing the pump action rods, action bars, and you're replacing everything. So all the stuff I liked about my Mossberg 500 is mostly gone now. And you're adding this cool setup, but it doesn't run 100%. Like you saw earlier with the 5-round magazine, I was having feeding problems and I had to take the magazine out. I lost a round, stick it back in. The reliability of a pump shotgun has kind of gone down with this setup. This is not 100% reliable. I think it's faster and weighs a lot less to just manipulate shells by hand, run a side saddle. You can run these by Airless Industries, and you could replace them real easy. And just look. I mean, look how much less bulk there is. 10-round mag versus a 6-round detachable shell carrier that with shells in it weighs like half of this, and this will definitely fit into an AR-15 mag pouch with shells. So while this makes it easy to just all of a sudden feed 10 rounds in the gun, it's a pump and it just adds more weight. So it's a trade-off. You're getting the coolness factor of having a magazine fed pump shotgun. However, the way the Sidewinder is designed, this magazine, the shells are going backwards. On a traditional magazine, right, the bolt is stripping off a round and pushing it forward into the chamber. That's not what's happening here. It's actually going in reverse, almost like a Mossberg XR9. So I thought it would be cool if maybe they used Vepr 12 mags because they're thinner, they're easier, they sort of fit in this mag well. But then I realized, wait, Vepr 12 strip rounds forwards, not backwards. So you'd have to do a lot of modifications to even get the rounds to come backwards. And even then, there's no guarantee that's going to work. And the other issue is the built-in mags. These mags have a built-in shell holder, so that when you put them in, they don't keep flying out. But once you insert them, this little black thing is pushed out of the way, and then boom, the rounds just push straight past that. And as you saw, as I pulled the magazine out, a round fell out because it's floating there inside the mag tube. There's nothing holding it in place once this is gone. The only thing holding that shell in place are the other shells pushing it up and the spring. However, once you remove this little button moves back in place and moves the shell stop and doesn't allow the shells to keep just unloading the mag. So it's theoretically cool, right? It sounds cool. It's a neat concept, but I wouldn't really run this, especially on a home defense shotgun. Here on the range, having fun. Yeah, it kind of has a cool gimmick feature to it. And hey, by all means, whatever floats your boat. You like this, go for it. It's a little bit pricey. It's like, I don't know, I think like $260 for this kit. I really don't think you need the M4 stock. I really don't think you need that. That's a personal preference, but as I said, the benefits of being able to reach all my controls overrides the tactical factor of having a pistol grip and adjustable stock.